Hush, Father. I won't leave your side. Father burns in the fire. My brother missing. Surrender, show mercy! Our moon sugar storehouses caught fire. Father thought to save our livelihood. He ran inside, and... the burns weren't bad, but the sweet smoke ruined his lungs. Without powerful medicine, he won't last the day. Father tried to save our alchemical tools. If they survive the fire, I could trade them for medicine. Please, it's all I can do to keep my father alive. This one begs you to salvage the tools from our storehouses. Please return quickly with the tools. If I can't trade them for medicine, this one's father will die. You know of moon sugar, yes? The moon sugar cane grows well on these isles. With my people's sweet tooth, there can never be enough to sprinkle on our meals. We must pay our debts. If our neighbors own more land, how do we match their crops at market? We must turn to alchemy to grow better crops, yes? Yes, our crops came in much bigger this season. Not that it matters now. Yes, Zabanma shares a temper with hurricanes. After a great quarrel with this one, he stormed off and left us short-clawed. Father had to cancel his trip to Mistral, and now he's...
I haven't seen you around the island before. In the name of Thalmor, what's your business here? Ah, the shipwreck. Worst hurricane I've seen in decades. If you're headed through this plantation, watch your step. Last night some buildings caught fire. Usually the skeevers keep to themselves, but they're acting up something fierce. I should get back to our inspection. If you see anything suspicious, it's your duty to let us know. Fires don't start themselves. Not yet. As an act of goodwill, the Thalmor Inner Council sent us to aid headwoman Harani in ending this island's smuggler problem. And if this was arson, I'll bring the culprit to justice. Dominion government. I'm an officer charged with keeping the peace. They sent us to Khenarthi's Roost weeks ago. Inspector Tarmar commands us. He's at Laughing Moons Plantation toward the center of the island. Saw him on the way in. We gave his daughter some medical supplies, but he looks bad.
Shoo! Get off my family sled. If you plan to loot my family's plantation, I will give you such a thrashing. Too late, sugar thief. The fire destroyed every last calcinator. Wait, I expected my sister to check on the tools herself. Why did she send a stranger? You lie! My father left yesterday to trade in Mistral, didn't he? Oh no. I set the fires to destroy those damn tools, not to hurt anyone. Not to hurt my father. We lost our last harvest to the Thunderbugs, despite the debt. Asbira bought alchemical tools to improve our crop, she said. But last week, I caught her brewing skooma. That vile drug destroys lives. When she refused to stop, I knew what must be done. My sister despises sand under her claws. But recently, I saw her digging out on the beach. Why else would she be out there, if not to bury skooma? I should go to my father. Would you look for any skooma hidden on the beach? My sister placed colorful seashells near whatever she buried. I bet there is a sack full of skooma vials next to them. I'll be with my father. If you find anything, bring it back to me. I should really go check on my father. It is death in a bottle. Distill moon sugar cane the right way, and the crystals make you happy and stupid. Do it the wrong way, and you get shaking fits. You foam at the mouth, and then you die. Not for long. I always know it's month's end when debt collectors pound at our door. But last month, they didn't show. When I asked why, Asbira said not to worry. This must have been her scheme. She's always had father wrapped around her tail.
Walk away! The cross-street bandits won't stand for competition! here. I asked around. Nobody from the shipwreck remembers seeing you before Eagle Strand. No more lies. You're running Skooma, aren't you? That farmer shook himself to death. You think I don't recognize a skooma overdose when I see one? That I don't know why skeevers are frothing at the mouth? I should arrest the lot of you. Last chance. If someone doesn't tell me where the skooma is, you'll all face the consequences. Yes, well, it's my job to ask questions. Perhaps moon sugar fumes can cause the skooma shakes. Maybe I see skooma where it isn't, sometimes. I'll leave them to their grief. Soldier, look after these people. Once they're settled, report back to Mistral.
Thank you. Serendar himself would commend your actions. Give me the skooma so I can destroy it. I want to finish what I started. Thank you. I'll destroy this immediately. My sister is all I have left. We'll learn to forgive each other. We have to, if we are going to rebuild.
Raise your weapon, sing a song. War is here.
This poison causes nothing but pain.
Prepare, my brothers, battle will come. And when we die, our legend lives on. See that mad moon falling. Side by side we stand strong. Till the end of days, through the clash of our blades, we'll sing the warrior song.
All this wasted effort. Blasted creatures get into everything. First the hurricane, then rats from the sea. What next, flying mud crabs? Serendar's mercy, we need more time before the inspection. Dominion inspectors. Headwoman Harani requested their aid to stop smugglers. We're honest farmers with good customers. Our moon sugar is used to spice food, not to brew skooma. When the inspectors learn we can't protect our fields, we're finished. Hairy, squirmy, squeaky little rats. They've infested the plantation since the storm. The inspectors will ask, if we can't protect our fields from those dung-dropping sugar eaters, how can we protect them from skooma-brewing thieves? Find out why Cindertail's Sench tigers roll on their backs instead of filling their bellies with rat. Does one expect to keep his job if the inspectors find vermin in our fields? At best, the inspectors will recommend our moon sugar be confiscated. To the east, the plantation burns. Was it due to the inspector's recommendations? Who can say? Either way, Mistral will weep for our passing. With Laughing Moons gone, skooma will flow through the streets. When moon sugar runs dry, people turn to smugglers. With smugglers comes skooma. But the inspectors aren't from here. If we tell them, they will not listen. Find out why Cindertail's Sench tigers roll on their backs instead of filling their bellies with rat. Does one expect to keep his job if the inspectors find vermin in our fields? At best, the inspectors will recommend our moon sugar be confiscated. Ha! You pull this one's tail, yes? A white powder, very sweet, used as spice for food.
Some of us believe it gives true insight into Jokajay, where all fates are bound. Others use it to brew skooma. It is not this one's place. The monks at Two Moons Dance might instruct you if you seek them out. At best, the inspectors will recommend our moon sugar be confiscated.
Ferocious killers? Ha! Unclawed blankets, more like. Want to buy a carpet? How about 3? They aren't good for much else. Yes, Afe, even you. Do not eat the rats, this one says. Do they listen? No! Stupid cinch. Lazy cinch. They already did. That's the problem. Moon sugar makes you sleepy if you eat too much. Rats eat moon sugar, cinch eat rats, and then lazy cinch. Especially you, Gobani. Not with sugar bellies. These useless cinch could only kill a rat if they fell upon it. From a great height. Go inside, lock the doors, wait until they leave? No. Let this one think. Without cinch hunters, what could... Thunderbugs? No, it would never work. Thunderbugs nest nearby. They defend their delicious eggs from anyone who'd make a meal of them, yes? If you grabbed an armload of eggs... Undoubtedly, but they'd hesitate to harm the eggs once you possess them. Smash an egg into each rat nest, and the Thunderbug's electric frenzy kills the rats before the inspectors arrive. You're sturdy, yes? A little shock won't stop you. Wonderful! Save some eggs for Cindertail, yes? They are so very tasty.
There's no question, Durandara. Your specialists certainly showed the vermin their place.
Of course, Inspector. We could expect nothing less of our specialists.
Halderil, make a note. Unorthodox methods, but vermin-free.
Clever luring thunderbugs out of their mounds like that. A scheme worthy of Vandar himself. They're all gone then? Excellent. Our gracious inspector has been most patient with us. Perhaps witnessing your ingenuity will affect his findings. Joan and Joe dance kindly with you, Walker. Whatever the findings of our esteemed inspector, we are in your debt.
That Marmor ambassador was plotting against us all along.
It is as I said, Kirikolo. No good can come of them.
If Raz had known you would do so well, he would have scrounged you a nicer reward. Apologies. The Mistral Armory is not what it once was. The Maumar are like drunken uncle. Chase them off, and they always come back. Next time, Khenarthi will be waiting for them. Problem is, there are places that will not be so prepared. If the Vipers are here in numbers strong enough to assault Khenarthi, all of the southern seas are in danger. The Queen is in Oridon right now, beginning a royal visit. Raz would ask you to head to Volkel Guard and report to Watch Captain Astanya.
Astanya can pass word to Her Majesty. Perhaps you can catch a ride on the Prowler. Raz her Jimila plans to set sail. He suspects she may owe you a favor.
Of course. After all you have done for us here, it would be rude of Raz to say no. Astanya's the lovely watch captain of the Volkel Guard Watch. Raz has shared more than one drink with the captain, and more than one fight. She's getting a bit grouchy now that she's tied to one port, but she should set you aright. This one is a simple Khajiit, like he said when we first met. He resolves issues as they come up. He acts in the best interest of the Dominion and the Queen. Oh, Raz would not be surprised. You have already proven yourself a competent sword. Simple Khajiit like this one have a tendency to need competent people like you. Very tall elves and very pretty shores. Oridon is the most worldly part of the Somerset Isles, and still many of the High Elves consider it a sanctuary away from the rest of the world. This one thinks they are kidding themselves.
The Prowler is headed to Oridon, and we're happy to ferry you there. When you're ready, hop in the launch. We'll set you up with your own bunk. Chests full of gold. Owning a sound ship after a hurricane can be quite lucrative, even when the only cargo is Dominion luminaries seeking passage. Don't worry, I won't charge you. Without your help, the Prowler would be a mass of broken timber. Aye, the Prowler is fully restored and ready for heavy seas. Quartermaster Oblan even managed a few improvements using some Maormer donations. Have no fear, she'll get you safely to Oridon.